Oh, hi everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you live today on the beach. So beautiful tonight. I'm going to talk about ways you can manifest the man you desire quickly, some things that you're doing that are probably holding you back. And I just want to talk a little bit about finding someone new after heartbreak. And there's a feeling of homesickness you get. And then also feelings of not really connecting with anyone because you're still very much in love with the person you were previously involved with. And it really creates a really almost impossible feeling and dynamic that you have to overcome. And if you don't do it, you don't make progress. So I'm going to talk about how to manifest really Mr. Right, manifest the man that you want to spend your life with, where you've got to start, which is where you're at right now, and some things that you really want to face and challenge yourself so you can get to this new place that you want to be in. My husband is someone that maybe for the first year even, I didn't think I would be with him long term. I didn't know who, but I just was so locked into an old way of thinking, an old pattern of thinking, that I didn't see things unfolding with him until he was ready to walk out the door on me. And then I realized, oh my gosh, all these wonderful things I've been experiencing, I'm not going to get them anymore, and I'm going to have to start over with someone else. And I had already done this before. I had had a person in my life after my first husband and I divorced. He came into my life, swept me off my feet, and I thought I was going to spend forever with him, and then he walked out the door. And I had to go on dates with men that just felt like ew. They just felt like ew. And that's what you're going to experience. No one is going to feel like home. It's going to feel like homesickness, you see. So I want you to understand that if you are watching this video and you're out there trying to date, and the man that you love, the man you want to spend your life with, he's gone, and nobody compares to him, or maybe you're in love with a particular man, but he's just like not around. The place you want to get is, number one, understand no one is going to feel like this man. No one. In fact, it's never going to feel exactly like the way you had it before. It's going to be different. Much, much different. With the artist that I speak of, I never thought anyone was going to make love to me the way he did, have the excitement the way he did, have all these wonderful things the way he did, but I was on love empty. I was love starved. And so I had just found something new, and it felt like the best nourishment of my life. And then when it walked out, I thought, how am I ever going to get this back? How am I ever going to have something that feels this good again? And then even when my husband came along, not yet my husband, my second husband, when he came along, he was wonderful. He was amazing. He wanted to spend all this time with me. He was so interesting and fascinating. He had a career in the music industry, all these super cool things. He made a living. And yet he just wasn't who I had dreamt of being with. And I look back and I'm like, the ego was just running wild with me. The ego, which says it's always better over here. No, it's better over here. That's the ego. So I want to talk to you tonight about manifesting the man you want to be with. When you're stuck in the past loving another man, you're loving a man from the past, and how to get over this hump that it's going to feel like homesickness. That's the best way I can describe it. It's like homesickness. Have you ever been on vacation somewhere and you're away from home and you're sitting there eating at a restaurant and you're like, God, I just wish I was back home? That's the feeling, is it not? And in the comment section, if you know what I'm speaking of here, you're on a date with a new guy. There's nothing wrong with him. He's attractive. Okay. He's got a little more shine than I'm used to on his forehead. His teeth are different. He drives a really nice car though, and he loves his mom. And he's so attentive, he's so into me, but he doesn't smell the same. His hair is different, his skin is different. You know what I'm talking about? You're on a date with a okay guy, but you're not feeling that connection and that attachment because your heart is in love with a man from the past. So the man from the past is a man that no longer exists. If he still existed, he would be in front of you right now, but he's just gone. And it's so, so sad to lose what you had. Even when my Jeff and I split up several times, and I was so doing all my manifestation tools, all of my work to pull him back into my life, it was never the same when he came back. And that was something I had to learn to live with, that it was never the same, but it also always changed, and it always grew into something differently. And I have gotten to the realization that we're expanding, contracting, expanding, contracting, expanding. And every time you go through this evolution with your partner, you actually come back around stronger. It either breaks you or it makes you stronger. And I think that's really up to you. So my greatest manifestation tool is about anxiety and about your desire. When you have anxiety about dating and anxiety about embracing a new man in your life, when you can face that anxiety and embrace that anxiety, instead of letting it go, oh, he did this. I don't like guys who do that. I'm just going to delete him right now. That is what keeps you stuck in your tier. And I want you to move up your tier. So how do you move up these tiers, manifesting and getting closer and closer and closer? So manifesting works like this. You will want to increase your income. And it happens when, oh, I just found a $5 bill laying on the ground. It starts to happen. Or, oh, I just realized that some interest accrued on this and I didn't know. Or my boss, I suddenly got a raise. Or you get a break. And you'll start to manifest on these little increments that you're beginning to pull it to you. So manifestation can work in leaps. You can make quantum leaps. But in most cases, we have to move up the tiers. My personal theory is, as a dating and relationship coach who practices law of attraction and manifesting tools since I was a very young kiddo, I got into this because of my church, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. And one of the things I learned is that you start where you're at. And in my experience, dating and relationship, you start on a tier. You may be love starved. You're down here. And up here is your happily ever after. So you have to go from here to here to here to here. And every time you make that jump, you're embracing a characteristic or something about you in your cosmic karmic energy that you are here on this planet right now to experience and embrace and learn from. And if you don't, you're gonna stay here. You're gonna stay stuck. Recently on my group, I have a free group on Facebook called I Heart Love Academy. Someone said, a man was pursuing me too much on this dating app, so I just deleted him. I don't know how to deal with it. I'm deleting him. There goes a potential husband, is what I say. Because if you pass on that guy, it's gonna come back again in your cosmic energy. You haven't faced that anxiety. You haven't looked that anxiety right in the eyes and learned your boundaries and how to speak them and how to find your feelings and how to stop being so nice or being a total B word and shutting down and being dismissive. So I want you to find out that anxiety you feel in dating and look at it and understand that what you experienced in your 20s, that instant, oh, I'm so into this guy and he's so into me, those led to short-lived romances. The game has changed now for everyone who's a little bit older. You now have complications, you have children, you have exes, you have all these other things that are complicating your life, so to speak. And attraction is now something you build and you grow. It is not an instant thing that you experience. You build it and you foster it and you grow it, and you see if this man keeps showing up in your life and representing and wanting to take care of you. And you have to embrace whatever is scaring the crap out of you and making you shut down and behave not like truly who you are. This wonderful, amazing woman that you are. What's making you change and laugh at things that you don't find funny and do and say things you don't agree with, or break your boundaries, or act in a way that really doesn't represent who you truly are? So you might think, well, this is how I have to get a guy. I have to be this way. I have to say these things. I have to dress this way, Adrienne. Or no man is gonna like me. They're not gonna want me. I've got 3 kids. I'm 20 pounds overweight. Or I work too much. Or I'm still in love with my ex. Shouldn't I just sit at home and just wait? Masculine mindset is gonna want you to isolate yourself and cut yourself off from education. If you go back in history and you look at how women have evolved, education and not isolating ourselves is the key. When you get out there and you embrace your fear and you learn how to find what you're feeling in your body, instead of thinking, what should I say? What should I do? Let me ask this girlfriend what I should say or do. And instead just go into your body and find out what you're really feeling in that moment. Answer that anxiety, and learn how to speak it with warmth instead of get away from me, you creep me out, which is so easy to do. Instead, you learn how to say, wow, I feel really uncomfortable being asked that. Wow, that feels so strange to me. I'm not sure how I feel about that. You have your boundaries. You see. So there was a post recently where someone said on a date, second or third date, the guy said his ex was still obsessed with him and still very much pursuing him. And she said, I thought that was just like such a weird thing for him to tell me, that I just wrote him off. I don't need that sort of energy in my life. Well, it is weird. It is weird for a guy to be telling you that. Let's look at something I get you to do. I get you to ask yourself, why am I telling a man this? Why am I saying this to him? What am I hoping he will say or do by me speaking this to him? All right? So what do you think this guy was up to? Why the heck was he telling her, oh, my ex, she still would have me in a heartbeat if she could? He's trying to impress her, trying to let her know what a great guy he still is, or maybe he's kind of warning her, my ex is a little cuckoo. And he's sort of going into that conversation with her. But instead of embracing that anxiety and really going into her body and finding out what she felt and expressing it, she just passed on the guy. Okay, so a good thing to say in a situation like that is, wow, I feel so strange talking about your ex right now. I mean, one part of me is kind of wondering, is there something I need to know about her? Is there something I need to be looking out for? And you hear what the guy is saying. Yes, Diana, this is live. I don't know why you think it's not live. It's live. Yeah, it is live. So let's take a couple of questions about manifesting the relationship that you want and the blocks that are keeping you from moving up the tiers, and how embracing that anxiety, looking it right in the eyes, is going to help you move up the tiers instead of just passing on guys. Nothing gets me in a worse mood than going on my Facebook group and a girl's like, a guy said this to me, so I passed. I'm just like, there went your chance. It's just gonna come back around again. You're just gonna have to do it again. All right, so let's see here. Do we have any questions? Hi, everyone. So beautiful. I love to take your questions. Veronica said, I'm still in love with my ex after almost a year. I broke up with him and I can't let go of him. So I really recommend doing a lot of tap your heart and send him love, and tap your heart and send him love. I'm currently reading the book Atomic Goals, and I've implemented some of this myself, and you could create a new habit when you think of him. Instead of thinking of him and missing him, I want you to think of him, think of all the love you have in your heart for him, tap your heart, send him that love, and then I want you to name one thing that you're grateful for that you have in your life right now. And I want you to start to build onto a new habit when you think of him, because I think you're in a loop where I think of him, I miss him, I feel terrible, I want to cry, and that's your habit loop right now. So let's try to break that one up. It's a fascinating book for anyone who wants to read that. Vivian, ask me a specific question if you can. Marie said, oops, disappeared on me. Marie said, I feel so nurtured when you make me dinner on Wednesdays. That's what my ex used to do. So do you make yourself dinner on Wednesdays? Can you set the table for 2? And have a conversation with your future man and let him know how amazing this dinner feels and how wonderful it feels to share a meal with him. It's all imaginary, yes, but what you're doing is you're aligning your energy with what it is that you truly want. This is something I teach in New Man Manifesto. Just try it. Try it a little bit. You can take all the wonderful things you have in your ex and build your new man from those things and more. Okay, Javera says, I'm in love with my friend and he's dating someone else. He never considers me a partner. I want him back. How can I snatch him? I feel he's a good friend. So when you are in that friend zone, unfortunately, I believe you have to love it or leave it. You know what? It feels amazing to be your friend, but I have more feelings. I feel very attached. I'm curious what you feel. If the guy goes, oh, you're great, but I just want you as a friend, you may have to draw a line and walk away from the friendship. And that's a good thing to do because you're telling the universe, I don't want to be just a friend. You're telling the universe that as long as you stay stuck in a friend relationship, that you're not getting what you want. The universe goes, well, this must be what she wants. I don't know nuances. Okay, Mary said, I bought ABCs last night and he texted me after 7 months and he asked if we can talk tonight. So I'm listening to get ready. Oh, that's so exciting. A lot of times people buy ABCs to get him back and they start shifting their energy and you immediately experience some sort of phenomenal change. You know, something happens, like the guy texts you. Sometimes I'm working with my clients and out of nowhere the guy texts them. And all we're doing is we're just shifting up your vibe. We're changing your energy to a frequency that is more desirable for that man. So if he wants to call and talk tonight, I want you to just listen. Practice really get him. Just listen. Don't talk about work. Don't fix the relationship. Don't solve the relationship. It's not going to happen overnight. Focus on rebuilding. Treat it like a first date. Good luck. Let me know how it goes. Okay, I'll take 1 or 2 more questions. Christina said, I let my ex go because he wanted to move. He wanted more friends with benefit. Then he contacted me 2 weeks later, asked me how I'm doing. Then he contacted me last money and no contact, and now I'm confused. Well, I'm not confused. It sounds like he just wants friends with benefits and he's just contacting you for that. So if that doesn't work for you, remember it's up to you to tell the guy it's not working for you and you're going to be moving on. Someone wants a book on beauty and being sexy secrets. Maybe that's coming. Maybe something like that is in the near future. Thank you very much for that support. And then Tana Rawl says, thank you for your advice. Over the last year, I recently engaged and I'm using the leaning back technique and you talk about it and being in my feminine energy. Thank you. Congratulations. I'm so happy you're engaged. That's awesome. Oh yes. Vivian says one of her gratitudes is having her kids. Amen. Be thankful for the people you do have around you who love you. Last question, Diana says, how do I make my guy like me? I think he does, but doesn't say a word, and it makes me feel the other way around. Well, if he keeps coming around and he keeps showing up in your life, he likes you. And it's just how he does things. That's just how he shows it. But any little iota, any little skosh of him doing more than just regular showing up in your life, go, ooh, that feels so good. That's it. Real quick, real short sentence. Oh, that feels so nice. Oh, I like that. That's it. And go about your little way. Because if you lay it on too thick, the guy gets suspicious and it feels too easy for him. All right, everybody. I'm going to sign off for tonight. Much love to you all. You know I have an ebook out there called 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. It comes with a 2-day video class. The book is like a guidebook for scripting and finding your feelings in your body. And I also have ABCs to get him back. It's a program to get back into your feminine energy and call back the man that you lost or a new man. It goes 50-50 half the time. Whatever those odds are. And the New Man Manifesto is a very lengthy program where I teach you manifesting tools about calling forth into your reality a desired partner. Oh, thank you for all the kind words, everybody. I want to just show you the beautiful ocean tonight. You'll get a little glimpse of my husband sitting over there. Sitting there reading a book, minding his own business, while I make a video. Bless his heart. All right, much love to y'all. I'll see you soon.